Hey guys, welcome back. It's Green Reaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourself, and hopefully having a positive start to the week. Hopefully your clan versus clan has gone in your way. Let me know down in the comments, did you win clan versus clan? Do you care for clan versus clan? And what do we think about the situation of clan versus clan? There's some big points going on in this clan versus clan overall. Anyway, we're not doing a video talking about clan versus clan. We're going to do a video talking about the login champion that I haven't done a video on yet, but I did want to do it obviously for the channel, and that's going to be over Mikey. I'm going to call him Mikey because if I try to pronounce Mikey Angelo, I'm just going to get it wrong with my dyslexia. It's never fun for me, so I'm probably sure it won't be fun for you guys as well. But I wanted to spotlight him today in PvP video, and I wanted to show you on how we are going to build him. He's obviously a very interesting champion. He has increased attack on E1, which if it's critical is quite useful. Then he has attacks when enemy does a decreased defense and a stern ability, which is single, and then spreads. Then applies a debuff spread effect, taking all the debuffs from the target, placing them on all enemies. We ignore 75% if the attack is critical, which is interesting as well. Then he obviously has a AoE on E3 and placing a taunt ability. And then he has a interesting passive, which if he has one of the brothers with him, which we will be using Donny today for the reset, does do that. Places a shield based on this equivalent to 300% of the champion's attack on his champion for one turn when they receive a hit. Then he also has a accuracy aura of 70 in all battles, which is not too shabby as well. He's obviously tap base, so he's going to be squishy. His tap base stats are kind of a little bit low. I feel like the attack could be better and the speed could be a bit better, but it is what it is on that side. So today we're going to be mainly showcasing this ability here and how to show you how it's going to be quite useful. I don't think itself the debuff spread effect needs accuracy or not, but we will test that in today's video. It might need accuracy, it might not. My dyslexia doesn't make this very clear for me. I think you just need the top bit for that, and then the debuff spread I think doesn't need accuracy if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to be testing that out. We're going to build a full team today using the optimizer and the speed calculator. So it will be a long video. We'll drop timestamps down below if you want to skip any of this. If you already know that, then I'm perfectly fine with that. Right now we have the calculator, so we're going to build out the whole team for you guys and show you what we kind of want to look at for today's video. So we're going to start with Arbiter, everyone's favorite turn meter boost champion in Raidshadowlegends, obviously a free champion. So when we are building her, let me go ahead and press reset. I'm going to lock all of my gear. We will use my best gear for today's video. Obviously you guys might not have gear like me. Don't worry, just do what you can, follow the steps. This will give you the best gear overall. Will this be a platinum tier strategy? Probably not, but it is going to be quite effective for siege. It's also going to be quite effective for 3 versus 3, and it's also going to be quite effective for farming classic 5-god reader, just in case you want to get your magistrates or just farming your great hall and you want fast battles quite quickly. Then this is a very reliable strategy. So we're going to go to optimize. We're also going to go to the balance build. We're then going to go to stats and come in here. We're going to put like 300, 350, whatever. You then want to go to prioritize here. Make sure we prioritize on speed only. We don't care for accuracy. Arbiter's main job is to go fast. That's pretty simple overall. Masteries, you want to make sure you're checking masteries. You can tick all this, but we've unlocked all the gear so far, which is not too bad. And then you want to make sure you got lower steel on a speed champion because this will give you additional speed. You can then go ahead and add some glyphs for today's video. We're not, because we're going to be using the best gear on my account. You want to be dropping this down to 20, so this will make the search much faster. And you want to be making sure in the background you have your arbiter ready so it can go straight onto your arbiter to save you time, which is pretty basic. Then you want to make sure you have a speed relic on arbiter. If you don't have that, then use the book or journals for extra turn meter boost. So you can see here my arbiter is going to be coming in at 423 speed. Again, don't worry if you can't run that type of speed. Most people can't. Just come in with whatever you can. So just use like 350 or whatever. The most important is you're using your best speed gear overall. So we're going to press equipped, and then this is going to go onto my arbiter, and then we'll make sure that we will press equipped. Now we want to do a thing called speed tuning. So it's very important to speed tune the team. So obviously we have our speed here at 423 plus 6 speed of the one submissive, which is going to bring me at 429 speed. This is why we don't have Arbiter as one of my fastest, because gear is not that great in for my account. So we're going to make sure we go on the Jedward here. I'm going to put all this link down in the description, so you can go ahead and copy it. It is a bit old and a bit outdated, but still gets the job done across the board. So we are 423 speed. We're going to use Arbiter speed boost and speed lead. Let me go ahead and just make sure we double check on that. Now again, some of this information is a little bit inaccurate, so you want to make sure you just round it up, but this is generally a great tool still to use. You're going to use 3 speed sets. We're going to go Laura Steele. Her role in this team is to be a turn meter boost champion, and we're going to use the A3. Make sure you select that, or you won't be able to speed tune correctly and you'll lose damage. Now in today's video, we're going to be speed tuning into Ashlif. Ashlif uses bombs on E2. We want her to go second, and we want her to be a damage dealer. So this is going to be really hard to speed tune, and we wanted to use the heart rots, which will place 1 bomb debuff. And then for anyone from Michelangelo, we kind of want to use people who have the same kind of speed as them. So for example, Michelangelo is here again. You guys won't have to worry about this too much. So we want someone with the same kind of base speed as him. So we can check Rodus, for example. Rodus is a bit slower. Narcissus, I don't think it's in the calculator. It's a little bit annoying. Lord, okay, Lord has roughly the same kind of speed overall, so we'll go with Lord. So Lord is going to be Michelangelo in this. So we kind of want to make sure we've got the same kind of speed. And then we're just going to make sure that we mark him as a DPS. You can also use a crowd control as well. And then again, we're just going to throw anyone here because we want to make sure that we've got the correct speeds. Okay, so we can see here we have Ashlif coming in to need to be 370 speed. Obviously, if you're 350, this is going to be much lower in speed. And again, you can also use the Book of Journals, which is a rare relic, to increase your turn meter on your arbiter, allowing you to drop your speeds on your nukers. You can also go into like a warlord, etc. as well, to kind of help you as well. Just maybe not Fabian, because you don't want to strip off the stone skin. So you can see here we need roughly around about 370 speed. So we're going to make sure we press refresh on here, and then we're going to go into Ashlif. Again, my spelling's a bit shite, so I'm going to try to remember how to spell her name. Okay, here. She's a great champion. You can use any type of bomb champion with this if you want. Michelangelo does lose a bit of utility if you're not using him. So with her, we're going to go with the balance build because she's a bomb champion. We're going to make sure we put the correct speed in here, 375 or whatever speed that you need. And then for attack, we're going to put in the attack that we want, and then we're going to prioritize attack. Now you can put glyphs in here as well for today's video, that we're not going to be bothering with that. And then we'll come in with this as well. So let's see here, as long as it's not Arbiter's gear, we should be fine. And if it is Arbiter's gear, we just simply banned it. So I think this is still on Arbiter, as long as we've refreshed correctly. Yeah, okay. So we will ban that. You can also, if you want to take some of your fastest gear to help with the build, that's fine. She doesn't need accuracy for her bombs, just FYI with that. She can weak it with the bombs, and that's something you'll need to be cautious about. So this is looking quite good for her attack gear. We have got a really decent attack. across the board for her. And then obviously we just got a really nice roll there, but accuracy doesn't actually matter for us. You can see here our speed is a bit higher because we're on the wrong champion. So that was not very useful. That's why you make sure you're on the correct champion. Okay, let's equip that again. And that's like so. So we can go ahead and equip that, which is great. So she is now built. Now we want to go ahead and build Michelangelo. So with this one, with this style of team, we don't actually need Michelangelo to be built with damage really, because we just want him to focus on spreading the bomb mechanic, which is on his E3. So let me go ahead and put Mikey here. There he is. So I haven't equipped Mikey's stuff yet for the blessing, so we'll make sure we'll go ahead and do that. So for today's video, we'll reuse Soul Reap, because there isn't really a blessing. I would probably go Lightning Cage overall, because Lightning Cage will really help you. You can see here, it's a little bit annoying. So we want to make sure that we are coming in around about the same speed. So we're going to 372. We're going to go damage as possible. We're going to make sure we refresh, so we're not taking any arbiter or thingy's gear. And go like this. Obviously, another thing as well you can do with Mikey is you can also use Donny as another turn meter boost champion to lower your speeds on your Ashliv and Mikey as well, but we're going to mainly focus on the reset. So you can see here we can't actually get a damage build, so we're just going to go with a balanced build. We're going to put 100% quick rate there and then prioritize that for this team. Obviously, for damage dealer, you'd normally use a damage build, which is perfectly fine. As far as I'm aware of, he doesn't need accuracy, so we can go ahead and lock that piece of gear out and then just prioritize on the rest of the stats. It's also noting I haven't put the masteries on Donny as well, which will be done for a different video for a different day. I believe I don't really need it done for today. So you can see that we're coming with these type of gear. Critical damage is okay, not the best. It has got a resistance chest, which is not ideal, but it's better than nothing for sure. I think as well, I don't feel like he needs accuracy there. So that is that. And what's the chances of spreading the deep effects? 75. So this needs to be booked up really. And then we're going to use Donny for the reset, but Donny does have a turn meter boost of 20. So you could go Arbiter into that, use the turn meter boost, and then go Ashlift into Donny. That's perfectly fine as well. But I want him to be the slowest so we can do the reset and try to get the reset off as well, which is pretty cool. So you can do it either way. My way is a bit more gear intensive. Go with Donny as a second turn meter boost is less gear intensive, so it depends where you are in the game. We're going to go with the refresh here, and then we can come in with roughly around about the same, so we can come in around about 360, and we just want to make sure he's on the survivability build, make sure we're not taking from that, so we're going to drop this all the way down. You can use anyone in this spot, by the way. It's perfectly fine to use that. So apparently we can't get 360 speed, so let's go into balance, and then for this we want a bit of HP, so go ahead and do that. You know what, it would help if we took the bolster off, and then make sure we're gonna glyphs. Okay, cool. So you can see here I'm very used to using Optimizer. It's pretty easy for me to do it, and I just wanted to show you like how I use Optimizer on a daily basis. I think we got some Donny's gear there. Yeah, sorry Mikey, not Donny. So we'll go ahead, lock it out. Again, I'll lock it out. Just be careful that you're not breaking your speed tune across the board. There obviously is ways to break speed tuning, but you'll be quite successful most of the time if you are speed tuning and you are faster. That's one thing to take into consideration. Okay, so that is Mikey's stats done across the board. So now we've done all the team building, we've done all the stuff. I know that we haven't attached a blessing for Donald. We don't really need to, if I'm being honest, but you could go something like Templar Chains or something. For now, I don't want to attach a blessing for him because I actually not use him anywhere myself, because obviously you can see I've got a fairly stacked account and I don't see where he kind of fits, but it's one of them ones that you could use. So now we're going to go into Arena and we'll do some Arena showcasing on these 4 champions. Alright then, so this is a good starter team to kind of do. You have got to be careful of the polymorph here, but yeah, so you can see here, we've got the preset set up. We've got the A3 there, A2 there, A2 there, and we have these abilities as well. We will test if it needs accuracy or not. We do have to be careful of affinity because you can weak it with the bombs and with the debuff for spread effect as well, which can kind of cause you to fail. Ideally, you want to be faster as well, because if you're not faster, then you will lose. We're going to put the bombs on UDK, obviously, because UDK is going to stop me putting the bombs anywhere. So UDK is always a good target. This was like a Platinum Arena strategy back in the day. And then we'll come in with Donny. Donny is going to do the debuff. Sorry, Mikey is going to come off with the debuff effects. And then we can come in with the reset, pretty much, and get some stuff off here. Now, someone could still revive and nuke everyone here because it's a pretty squishy team, which, you know, is what it is if it happens. There's not much you can really do about it. So again, we've got the debuffer spread effect, which is ready to go again. So you can see there, Donny is Mikey is really effective with that type of play. And we've got plenty of bombs out. We've overlapped as well, which is really solid. We've got the delay effect there, which is one of the new relics, which is nice to see. And then obviously there is going to be some shenanigans on as well. So we can go ahead there. And we're just waiting for that UDK to take his turn so we can finish off the team. You can obviously see the chemistry between the two as well. And then we're going to go ahead, just put the bombs back on and finish it up here with his nunchucks across the board. Really effective team. Really strong synergy across the board. Let me see if we can take on another team. So Maris is someone that we want to be careful of because we're on a stone skin. We could get enfeebled. Also, immunity and feral sets are something that you want to be careful of, and especially the high end of plat where we are as well. A lot of people are running them feral sets. Want to make sure we're careful of affinity, so we want to make sure that we're hitting someone who has the same affinity or the strong affinity. And then again, doing the debuff that debuff effect there as well. This should be pretty much enough to go ahead and just get the cooldowns needed. Carnage is going to do his shenanigans. There goes one. We're going to do an increased speed again. There goes him as well. Going to do an A1 there. Carnage will do his shenanigans again. And we can come in with this there, and we can spread the bombs again there. You can see the shield coming in. And we could just do an A3 to avoid hitting Carnage because he's quite slow and we're quite fast. And again, coming in, you can see some couple of mythicals coming in and a really strong duo coming across. Obviously, Raidshadowlegends is very key for this and a really strong opponent. She's not a free-to-play champion, unfortunately. However, she has been around for a very long time across the board. There is counters to this, of course, which is great to see. We need counters in raid to make sure we keep the balance across the board. But like against most Go Second teams, without this type of stuff, you should be perfectly fine. Again, we can go ahead and just press full auto for this team because everything should target UDK because of its passive. UDK is still a very annoying champion. especially if you don't have Empress. So this is quite of a nice way to go, and just do to farm him very quickly, right? Because he can keep that stone skin for a very long time. And you can see there as well, more bombs being spread. Taurus has got no chance. You're not going to survive 4 bombs. Now we just need to wait for UDK to pop, and we will get that off there for 160k damage on that bomb effect across the board. Obviously, she's a counter. Marishka's a counter. Cleansers can be counters as well. Ferald sets can be counters, so there is a lot of counters out there you need to be careful of. Sifi, if she's fasting, it could be some sort of a counter as well. And then it will come in again with here. So again, you've seen all the presets, you've seen how we'll build these champions. You can weak hits on the bombs if you're not careful. So again, we'll probably target Empress, because Empress is a tanky champion, right? So we shouldn't be able to kill him. Because if you kill before you do the spread, you're in trouble as well. So that's one thing to kind of keep an eye note on. So try and always do it on Stone Skin champions, because you're not going to do any damage on that. And then we can come in and just press auto. Again, it's a very fast farm for arena. You do need to be careful of resurgent as well. So make sure you kill the key champions across the board. We won't be able to do this because now kind of counters us for that. We might be able to do this one if we're faster. I've got no 6-star Tim presence in here, so he might be faster. But again, we need to be careful because there shouldn't really be any stone skin here. Oh, okay, we're actually faster than him still. So again, put the bombs on a strong affinity. So you wouldn't put this on Georgie, for example, because you probably will kill Georgie. Because again, there's no stone skin. You can see the resurgent proc, and that's why I would go Soul Reaper as well. It's very strong with the bomb synergy. And then you can just do your shenanigans here. Watch them do their stuff. And again, very effective farm. If we do this on full auto, it's gonna be a lot faster for sure. Again, like I said, this used to be a platinum arena kind of strategy back in the day, so still quite effective across the board. This time we will come in with full auto. Just need to be fast. So for this one, I'll probably target the Taurus, right? If we're faster, I think he has a 6-star, we have a 5-star. So we don't want to be targeting Gizmak, right? Because we have the affinity issue that you'll need to respect. And you can see there, we get the stun as well, which is great. Get a reset. And then you don't need to worry about him. Oh, we have got Unkillable there, which is a little bit annoying. You know, but Unkillable is rare, right? It's really, really rare to see. And yeah, there we are. Donnie does the effect again, which is super strong. There we are. I think it's a really, really strong team for most people. We have Mafala Lifebane here. So Valkonis could be a issue for us because of the counter of the burns, etc. He hasn't got the right blessing. So we can actually bomb Mafala Lifebane, because as long as she has no Ferald, because again, it doesn't require accuracy, right? And you just got to be careful of these burns, etc. And then you're just going to go ahead and do the spread effect there. And then you kind of just let them do their shenanigans. Sorry, coming in there. Again, probably not best to use speed teams against Volcanis, but you can get the job done for sure. It's not the strongest demon spawn team as well, to be honest. So yeah, there is that as well. You can see the teams are quite fairly tanky. Again, another tanky team here. We have a Nice here. So as long as Nice is not in Ferald, you should be able to take this as well, because Bombs ignores his passive. This is not a live arena strategy. I don't recommend using this for live arena because it's very champion specific, and if people know what they're doing, then it can be a problem. So you see here, we might kill Arbiter in the effects of this, which we don't, which is great. We'll come into the reset here. So we'll come back in again, reset, go again. If you can use champions with low cooldowns with Donny, it's going to be really, really effective. We want to avoid you hitting this guy because he can get us bombed for sure. But we will go ahead and try and spread the bombs, which we will find, because if we weak it there, then we obviously don't spread the bombs. We can heal and cleanse. And then Nice has got to deal with 4 bombs across the board, which he does survive one of them, and then he goes down to the rest as well. It's obviously most Nice are in Ferrod at the end game meta. You can try and take on Marishka, but it's kind of a lot harder, right, to do because of you need to try and strip off the block damage, which the last champion Donny would be replaced with like a Lady M, for example, or a Fabian to try and strip off the block damage. Anyone that can strip debuffs in that aspects can do the job. So again, we're going to go for Duchess. No one in Stone Skin, but ideally aim for the person on Stone Skin. So you can see here that we actually, like I said, we don't actually need accuracy for the debuff for spread. You just need accuracy for the stun and the defense down, which doesn't really matter with this type of strategy. Again, we'll do reset. Duchess goes down. You hit auto, and you come and do the job right. It's just really, really effective. I do miss this kind of strategy. It's kind of nice to do every now and again. Again, bomb counters here normally. Odin could be an interesting one. We can try this one, for example, depending if they're faster. They should be faster because of 6-star 10 presence, which means we lose about 16 speed, right? This is a speed team. It's not a go second team. I wouldn't recommend this for go second team. So we can see we got her. We also need to be careful of polymorph as well. I don't know if I said that already. I think she actually has got polymorph. No, it's on Mads with polymorph. So you can see that she's survived the bombs. And we wasn't so clinical with this, but Mikey will come in and finish it off across the board. A really effective team. Let me go ahead and show you all the gear again before we wrap up the video. Hopefully I've given you some niche way of using Mikey in Arena and Donny together with this. So again, you can come in here. We're focusing on the speed on Arbiter, and again, speed is all you really care about. Speed relic, which would be really, really useful. Again, if you don't have that, go buckled journals, which would be this one. Or if you're struggling to speed tune, also use that as well. And then Tim Presence for the blessing, and then these are the masteries we use on our Arbiter. We will get a 6-star one day on my account for her. For Mikey, again, you can use them as a tummy to boost. That might be a stronger way to go for sure. You just need to make sure that you speed tune them in the calculator. Use a speed booster, secondary speed boost on a calculator showing you. That just adds like a 20% tummy to boost, and you should be able to speed tune pretty quickly. Again, on Mikey, focus on the speed and focus on survivability. That's about it. You can put them in Stone Skin, you can put them in Bolster to add more survivability if you wanted, or like a lockout type of anti-gear or whatever the set is called. And then for me, you know, you could go in with like a cat gaze for Mikey if you wanted to do a bit more, or you can just come in with something like, I don't have it, but the rare relic, which would be this one just for extra damage, right? Which would be really, really cool. And then obviously if you can get speed in a savage set, it would be stronger, but obviously the how the speed of running and stuff like that. We're not running any masteries and we just need this ability booked on him. You don't need any books on Donny to run this type of strategy, by the way. So that's one thing to take into consideration. So like as a speed farm team for Arena, it's really, really easy, right? And then Ashliff coming in as well with high attack, high speed. That's all you really care about, right? just speed and attack for her. Rest of the bomb champions do need accuracy. She's the only one that doesn't need it. Again, you're just focusing on the bombs on the damage side, and then everything else doesn't really matter for books. So if you can get lucky with books, it's a really low investment team for like 3 versus 3, etc. And again, there's not really any masteries here as well. We took out a lot of strong teams, right? So yeah, it's one of them ones. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoy this. And as usual, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I feel like it's a really solid video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about strategy. And as usual, I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace.